got it. Let's move forward.
All right, Miss Kana has something to say. Go ahead, Miss Kana.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Look, here's what I'm gonna say. First of all, I'm gonna just say this: when we talking about men and women and everything,
Hey,
and we
Black Jesus, please mute up. Hold on, Miss
let me
Kana.
mute
Black
you.
Jesus, please mute
Yes,
up.
sir.
When
Go
we
ahead,
when
Miss
we
Kana.
talk about you know, this is where honesty comes in. See, I like truth, Noble. You know what I
Me
mean?
too.
I you know why? Let me tell you why I like truth. I didn't used to like truth. But I like truth. I'm gonna tell you why I like truth. The reason why I like truth is because what truth does is it comes in and gives you something to think about, something to understand, and something to be free from an old way that was the corrupt, wrong way. It gets you in line and it causes you to understand that everything that you learned or knew before wasn't what it was. And this is what it is now. And the reason why a lot of us don't like truth is, and I'm not talking about anybody on this planet, but
Right.
we like to disregard what is truth. See, a lot of our scars and a lot of our hurt, a lot of our wounds, a lot of the things that we have been through in our personal lives, a lot of the things that we have gone through, people have hurt you, people have done this, or whatever the case may be. A woman may have gotten cheated on, a man may have gotten cheated on, or whatever the case may be. Some people have not learned to process those pains and those hurts. You understand what I'm saying? And so they want to keep fighting blind. When you fight blind, nobody else can tell you anything else but what you believe on your own, right? And that's fine. But at the end of the day, understand this. What was just said about a woman sexuality is false. Women have sexual desire just as much, if not more, than a man. And I'm going to tell you why. We are the ones that need the man to give us his seed in order for us to carry life. There is something in us that want to make babies. That's why women that love men, that love a man, I'm gonna have your baby. I'm gonna make your babies. They're thinking about that. We forget that we are human. We're not animals, but in some way or some form, we do have that kind of animalistic nature, right? So there's nothing wrong with wanting sex, whether you are a man or a woman, all right? Because that's just the way it is. But do not think that women don't have self control, that they do have self control. Some women are out of control. We can see that in the statistics that are, in fact, factual, and we cannot disregard numbers. I'm sorry. We cannot disregard statistics and we can't disregard the numbers. And we cannot, and we can just look around in our own neighborhoods and see that women do like sex. Okay? Women like sex. They're on these apps with their breasts out, ass hanging everywhere, twerking on every
Facts.
media app. They always got their mind on some sex. Even when they don't think they thinking about it, they're thinking about it. Okay? That's just the way
Facts.
it is. Now, some people may not be that way because some people are so damn spiritual, they ain't no earthly good. You understand what I'm saying? These are the kind of beings that we are made of. We are that kind of being. We are sexual beings. There's nothing wrong with that. But when women say that men need to get together in their own sexual area or whatever, they don't have self control. Well, we also need to look at women as well because we can both see that all of this flesh, Noble, all of this flesh that we see on all these platforms, we need to be real about that. That is a person that is thinking about getting somebody. I'm gonna put the bait out there. I'm gonna come
Right.
on Bubbles live. I'm gonna have on an open shirt. It's gonna be some men up in there.
Right.
Everybody be looking at my breasts.
Right.
Men can't just come on here and lay what they only got a chest. If they came up here and put up, that ain't no lie. That is not no lie. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you really want to be real about it with yourself, you know damn well that when you get dressed up and every woman got to come F me dressed in their closet. So let's not act like both sides are not out here looking for something to get down with. Okay. And as far as what you said, I wanted to direct something to you in a respectful way. When you talked about teaching your son about how a woman's body is, and that's great that you're teaching your son a woman's body. I got that. Do the same thing with my son as well. However, I would also say make sure that when that woman is acting that way, because some women use that shit against men as a weapon. Okay, they use that I'm emotional, I'm on my period, I got a headache, and they do this shit. It don't turn into it turn into weeks, then it turn into months, then it turned into a year, and then that woman and that man is not even having sex no more. So there are things that we got to be careful about when we teach our sons about how to recognize when a woman is going through something, and recognize that all women don't come with a good heart. All women don't come with the right intent. All women ain't coming to be good to your son, to our sons. So we got to protect them even in the midst of us trying to teach them how a woman is. Because I teach my son about both sides. I teach him about the strange woman. I teach him about the manipulative woman. I teach him about the woman that's going to use him. I teach him about the woman that's going to try to take him for what he got. And there's a way that I tell him. I say, son, have a backbone. No matter what woman you dealing with. I don't care if she pretty. I don't care if she look like Kelly Rowland. I don't care if she popping. I don't care. I don't care. You treat every woman the same. But what you want to do is you want to have a backbone. Because one thing women don't like is a man that ain't got no backbone. She looking for it.
Facts.
Trust and believe, she testing to see if you have it. So I just say we need to be careful about how we as women teaching our sons, and then we need to run that by a man like a Noble, like a Black Jesus, or whoever in your family that is available for that son to understand that, you know what, this is what I've been teaching him. Break it down some more from a male's perspective, because see, we women, yes, we can instruct our children as the words say. Do not reject the instruction of your mother, oh son. But the father or a man, a mentor, a masculine man must be able to be present to ensure that the masculinity that this young man needs to have, that he has it, so that your son ain't getting no game on. Because when you were saying that, and not that it was wrong, Miss Mom, I can't say your name, but not that you was wrong, but all I saw was, I don't want him to turn into, I don't want my son to be no kind of simp, because there's a
So,
lot of
so,
women
so,
that, let me finish. There's a lot of women that teach
go
their
ahead, baby.
sons and they turn them into simps. I know that's how I felt when you was talking. So, there's a lot of sons that teach. I know, right? There's a lot of sons that teach women that teach their sons, but they teach them how to be simps. They don't realize it. And then the sons end up resenting their mothers. I'm done.
I agree with you, my friend. I only gave a small part. My son actually, as awesome as I am, my son lives with his father because as awesome as I am, I don't
Absolutely.
want him like me. So
Absolutely.
I trust me. When I say it's well rounded, I don't speak from a place of ignorance, and everything that I speak of, I understand. That's why there are times that I agree with things that Kevin Samuel says and all the brothers say, because the reality is
Yeah.
we as women, we have a problem with facts and information, and we don't study. See, when I was bringing up the facts about the woman's cycle, I wasn't just talking out the side of my neck. I literally have been living for 48 years, studying myself, watching the women around me, my daughters, and
I'm right behind
also
you, baby.
studying and reading books.
I'm
So
right.
I don't I don't I when I say I know that women are out of control because women are cyclical. So women are not stable. That is the nature of a woman. That's actually what I said. The nature of a woman is to change her mind because her hormones change so much. This is why it is important for the man to be disciplined, because he is dealing with a being who is unstable. So she needs that stability so that then she has a space that she can raise her children. But if he's unstable, whether it's financially or sexually or mentally or emotionally, then he is not going to be able to give stability to the woman who is naturally unstable. Based on nature, she's unstable. He's
She's
not
the
going to be able
she's
to
the
do
weaker
that.
vessel. She's the weaker vessel, exactly, and that's
It's
why
not
I
about weaker. It's different.
well, no, it is
It's her
weaker. It is
job.
the
It
weaker
has
vessel. It is
nothing to
the
wait.
weaker vessel. We,
Hold on 1 second. The judgments that see, this is when knowledge is
he
important.
don't like that
You
word.
don't make judgments when you understand things because you understand why. So you don't say something is weak. You just understand the reason why it is. Women are not weaker than men.
I
Women
didn't.
have a job to do. She's not the weaker vessel. She's the unstable one. You have to have a balance. The yin
Okay.
is not better than the yang. It's just different. He cannot exist without an unstable person next to him. He would have nothing to do. She cannot exist without a stable person next to her. She would get no stability. They complement each other. Neither one is weaker or stronger. They complement each other. And
Okay.
that's the point of what
All
I'm.
right, so
Miss
I
I'm
Chalet,
want
gonna
to
let you.
say
I'm
this
gonna
one
let you.
thing to the.
Miss Chalet, can I?
I
Are you?
want to say this one
Hold
thing
on.
to the.
Wait. Black Jesus.
Go ahead.
Miss Chalet, are you a believer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a believer, Miss Chalet? Didn't you say
A
you go to?
believer in what?
Where you was talking about being spiritual and you was talking about all these things. I'm trying to get a better ground when you say what you were just saying. Are you a believer?
What are you asking me? Am I a believer in?
I'm asking you a believer in the Most High.
Oh,
You
I don't believe in the Most High. I know the Most High. Like I literally
okay?
have it's not a belief. I have a connection. Like
You
I'm
read the
connected.
and you,
Yeah, no belief here. I don't believe anything.
okay,
I
same. So
have
do
to
you?
know facts.
Okay, great. All right,
Yeah.
and do you read the word or are you just
I read everything.
okay? So do you read the word?
Everything.
Okay, so
Everything.
the
Everything.
well, I said
Including the
that
Bible, the
there.
Quran, everything.
Okay, so
Everything.
basically, in those ancient books that you just mentioned, it does say
Mm-hmm.
that mighty husbands dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. This is the reason why I say that, because even in the word, the Most High, his servants, hold on, acknowledge that a feminine, that word weaker doesn't mean weak in the way you're thinking about it. It means delicate. Okay, that word in the Greek means delicate. So it's the delicate vessel that he's giving care and love to ensure that his prayers are not hindered based on the way that he's leading and guiding her. That's why I was saying earlier that women will test a man to see if he has a backbone, because just as you said, you need to be able to lead this unstable creature, but we ain't that unstable either when we have knowledge and information. And I don't want it to come off as an excuse, as okay, she's all these things, she's emotional, she's unstable, so you got to understand it, so now you got to be subject to all of this abuse, all of
I
this.
never said that though.
You
I
say
don't
that.
know what I don't know. I know you're used to arguing
You
other
said
people,
stand
but
on.
you're not arguing with me because I never said
I
that.
didn't.
I said they complement each
I,
other. That's what I said.
absolutely, but what I'm saying
I
is
said they complement each other, and her nature is a cyclical nature, which means it's not always the same. That's what I said.
I
You
get it,
absolutely,
but
can't.
but
she's
it
pushing back against when you
cannot be.
said weaker, and that's what she's discussing
Right.
now.
You
So she's
have
not
right
talking about what you
because
said.
that's a
She's
judgment.
talking about
Because
what
that's a
she said.
judgment. And as
No,
far as
it's
you
not a
bringing up
judge.
the Bible, can I do? Because I
She
wanted to
just.
respond to the word. I just wanted to respond to the word. I read the
Oh,
Bible, but I don't go around following. I don't follow men that say that the God spoke to them and this is the information. I have a connection with the Most High. I get downloads. See, I don't need a man to interpret God's word to me. So even though I know there's truth in that book, even though I know there's some truth in there, I also know that many evil men have had their hands on the book. So I do not play when they translate it as weak. I understand that they have they all absolutely want to subjugate people. These Europeans who have created stuff, they like to subjugate people. So they're going to
And
all
specifically
right,
why
use the word
all
weak.
right,
and
That's
which
what
is
they
why
do.
I
So
gave the definition of what that meant in the
yeah,
hermeneutic theology of the word,
and
which is delicate.
this is kind of what I was saying and kind of what she's saying. So like when she said the word weak, all of a sudden we had to stop and have a conversation about weak, and then she explained what weak meant in context, and now we're still having a conversation about it instead of what she's actually talking about
I was
because of this
responding
tone
to what
stuff.
she said
And
about
what
the
I
Bible.
hold on, please. I tried to wait for you to finish. Okay, so I'm not asking for you to agree or interrupt. It's you don't have to agree. You can listen, and then when I finish, check me, tell me what I missed. But while I'm talking, that don't work. So what I'm saying is that if this tone thing that women do, right, that we as fellas we keep running into with the women, it keeps us from being able to move conversations forward, because the moment that you don't pick a right word in your explanation, now all of a sudden you guys need to derail instead of getting to what the point of the matter was. And what we were talking about was how to educate our children to deal with the emotional states that come with adulthood and them growing into their adulthood. And now all of a sudden we're having a conversation about the word weak. And that's just that is counterproductive. And that's the weak vessel stuff right there. If you that in terms of that word weak right there, the way you perceived it, that's the weak vessel, because we got to be able to eat the meat and spit out the bones.